This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN Live, and we're here at the Precious Metals Summit 2016 in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me right now is Bill Sheriff from Golden Predator. It's a publicly traded company with the symbol GPY on the TSX Venture. Bill, welcome to SNN Live.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate the chance to talk to you a little bit about our company.
It's great to have you on our program to find out more information about the company. And on that note, let's get an overview for our audience.
Sure. We've been in the Yukon for a number of years. We focused on two assets, primarily our Brewery Creek project, where we have 850,000 ounces of oxide material running in excess of 1 gram. Very unusual to find that sort of grade in terms of a heap leach project in a first world country, so we're quite happy to have that asset. We were putting out a new PEA on that in the coming months. We've done the PQ drilling to enable us to do that. More importantly, though, is our Three Aces project, and that's what's generated so much excitement and brought to us a really outstanding shareholder base, including Rob McEwen and at McEwen Mining and Albert Friedberg, as well as Eric Sprout, of course, and Pat DeCapo.
So you probably touched on a few points for the question I'm about to ask, but maybe we can expound on, mining has been going on in the Yukon for a long time now. What about your projects makes it unique?
Well, first off, the Three Aces project was a new discovery in 2009. Our 225 square kilometer property is a unique fault-bound block that hosts a different type of deposit. It's orogenic veins, very large quartz veins that are chiefly gold and a very minor sulfide component. In fact, we've identified somewhere in the vicinity of 20 veins so far across a 10 square kilometer core area, and we continue to unearth them as we speak. We've got 4 excavators working on site, following up on geochem anomalies. Very high percentage success rate in identifying these veins, and probably about half of them have visible gold.
And are there any majors in the area around where you're currently exploring?
Not yet, but we've certainly had a bit of interest in what we're doing, obviously by the majors. And these veins are very deep-seated, so we expect good continuity at depth. In addition, they're typically 1 to 10 meters in width, so they're not small veins by any means. And just generates so much enthusiasm. One of my big concerns is keeping my geologist healthy, because myself on the project, we typically get about 4 hours sleep a night because we can't wait to get at it in the morning.
That, and also during the winter, it's a short day.
Well, there is no day. It's the nice thing is there's no night shift, because we will work throughout the winter. Both shifts are night shift, and we will begin our drilling program starting in the first week of October. We'll continue year-round with that. We just are putting the finishing touches on a permanent bridge across the river. It's a 90-foot steel single span to provide better access, get bigger equipment in, and a safer year-round operating environment.
So I also want to know a little bit of the history of how you did make this discovery. Have you been working in the Yukon for a long time, and you thought, oh, this looks interesting over here?
Sure. Well, actually, Northern Tiger were the first operator here, and the property itself was discovered by Alex McMillan, who's a local First Nations prospector, and he brought it to their attention. They leased it. They had a couple of years working on it, and did some excellent soil geochem that we were able to use to follow up on. A bit of drilling, although probably didn't have enough basic information to provide good support for that drilling, and that's why we've done so much basic prospecting and unearthing the targets before we start drilling. Drilling being an expensive proposition, we want to make sure we have very good results when we do drill. In terms of the majors, they're all aware of what we're doing. In terms of them being next door, they aren't next door, but they keep a real good eye on us. Like I say, there aren't too many projects that are district-scale opportunity with extremely high-grade gold and quartz veins. And the metallurgy is fantastic, as evidenced by our bulk sample. We took a 750-ton bulk sample last winter through an ice bridge, and we're able to process about 10% of that so far. We'll be processing the rest of it in coming months, but we're getting in excess of 80% recovery.
And what's your background, and also maybe a bit of background on the team that's on the ground there?
Sure. I'm a geologist by background. Been involved with a number of companies, but this is by far the most exciting. I've done a bit of work in the uranium sector over the years with Energy Metals. We sold that to Uranium One. My wife, Janet Sheriff, is the CEO of the company. She spent 25 years working in the Yukon, primarily with the First Nations, and spends a great deal of time on our corporate responsibility and our civic side, in addition to doing a fine job of handling the finances. At site, we've got Mike Berkey, who spent 30-some years in the business, largely with the Yukon Geologic Survey, although some time also with some of the mines in the area before working for the government. and a host of geologists there, all with about 30 years experience each. I shook the trees to find the best geologist I could to come to work on this, and I'm directing the technical aspect of the program. Like I say, with the average of 30 years experience with all of our geologic team, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say every one of them views this as an exceptionally unique property, and really glad to be involved with it.
I mean, it's a mining family right here.
Well, it is. We've certainly got a lot of deep ties with the people that we're involved with, and the territory. The Yukon's a fabulous place, and just by witnessing this and some of the other activities up there, there's still an awful lot to be found there. But this one will be something to be taking a good look at for quite some time as we develop our district scale opportunity.
So we touched on also for this question a little bit throughout this interview thus far, but as like a quick little wrap up, what are some of the goals and milestones from what you can tell me going into the rest of the year and then into 2017?
Well, we're fully funded through 2017, which is a good start. We've got $14 million in the bank right now, $65 million market cap. You'll be seeing some sampling data come out from our veins that we've discovered. We've done panel sampling, which is a more comprehensive, even more so than channel sampling. And then, of course, we'll be drilling. The drilling will start first week of October, so we should have some results coming out, mid-November, give or take, depending on the labs. And you'll see steady drilling going. We've got an $800,000 drill budget for the remainder of 2016. We've got about a $4 million drill budget for 2017. And that may very well be increased, should we have some of our warrants exercised and/or should we get some proceeds in from our bulk sampling program. Quite likely to add a second rig. So you'll see our main shift in the program in 2016 has been through trenching and road building so that we can see the subsurface and delineate these veins and do some geochemistry. Next year you'll see that shift. While we'll still be doing bits and pieces of that, we'll shift into primarily a drill focus. So the news will be coming pretty steadily.
And where can our audience go and find more information about the company?
Of course, we have a website, goldenpredator.com.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN Live, and we're here at the Precious Metals Summit 2016 in Beaver Creek, Colorado. With me again has been Bill Sheriff from Golden Predator, publicly traded company with the symbol GPY on the TSX Venture. Bill, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate it.